What are three questions that we get a lot in regards to birth injury and medical malpractice cases? Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a birth injury and medical malpractice attorney practicing law in the state of Maryland. And I would like to quickly talk with you today about three questions. Three of the top three questions that we get from mothers and families when they are thinking about pursuing a birth trauma or a medical malpractice case. And question number one, and that's definitely understandable, is how much is this going to cost me? Am I going to have to put any money down, or am I going to have to pay for anything on the front end? Now, to answer that question, I want to make sure that I remind you that the information I'm about to tell you is general in nature, and that you should make sure, of course, that you speak with your own attorney about the specifics with that attorney and that law firm. But in general, how we handle these cases is that they are handled on what we call a contingency fee basis. And what that means is that the plaintiff, or the person bringing the case, you the client, you will not put up any money on the front end. What will happen is that contingency fee agreement, it will be in writing. It will have the terms to govern both parties, the attorney and the law firm, and of course you as the client. And what will happen in general is that the attorney will take their fee and their costs at the end of the case. And so you will agree upon that percentage with the attorney and the law firm, and the costs and things like that. And that is how the legal fee and the cost will be paid. Now, I want to also make sure I give you another word of caution. Make sure that before you sign any agreement with an attorney that you understand the terms. You understand how costs are going to be dealt with, and you understand how the legal fee is going to be paid out. If you don't understand it, be sure to make sure that the attorney explains those terms and explains everything to you. The second big question that comes up, and this one is a really big one, is how long will this take? Yep. How long is the process? And so if we are talking about bringing especially a birth trauma case, you have to understand that these cases take a long time. I'm going to say that again because I can't stress it enough. These cases take a long time to get through. Under Maryland law, we have a bunch of elements that we have to meet, whether the treating doctor fell below that standard of care. And by falling below that standard of care, this is what caused the injury or the harm. And the only way that you can go ahead and you can prove this is you need medical experts who will look at the medical records. They will look and they will review all the pertinent information in regards to the case, and they will come to a conclusion, or they will base an opinion based on their review of the information. And you've got to understand that this can take time. I mean, we may not have an answer in regards to whether it's a viable birth injury case or a medical malpractice case. It could take months before we can really have an answer as to whether this is a good case going forward. So I want to make sure that you understand that if you're not patient and you've got to have it done right away and all of that, if that's you, then doing something like this may not be in your best interest. And the third big question is, and this is specifically with mothers. I've shot videos talking about this in the past, especially when we're talking about birth injury cases. What can the mother do in the meantime when this case is going on? And sometimes we have mothers who are actually afraid to come and to move forward on these cases because they don't know the answer to this. And what I like to tell mothers is that what you do is you continue to be an advocate for your baby. You continue to be an advocate for your child, and let the lawyers handle the legal stuff, and you deal with advocating for treatments and taking your baby to appointments and things like that. And let the lawyers worry about all of the legal stuff, the standard of care, causation, damages, life care plans, and all those things. Let the lawyers worry about that. And you, as mom, continue to advocate for your baby. So why have I taken the time today to talk with you about this really important information? Because if you are watching this video today, more likely you have questions, you have concerns. These top three things that I just talked about, we hear these a lot, and there are some others out there, but I just want to take the time today and talk about some of the top three that we get consistently when we're dealing with cases like this. So why did I take the time today to talk with you about this really important information? Because more than likely, if you are watching this today, you have questions. Maybe your baby has a CP diagnosis, or there were some issues that happened at birth, and now you're wondering about these challenges that your baby is going to face, and you're wanting to know, is a birth trauma case the way to go, or a medical malpractice case? Is this really the way to go with something like this? If you have all of this going on, this is what I invite you to do. And remember, taking this next act, it costs you absolutely nothing. And what is this action? Pick up the phone and give me a call. I can be reached at 301-850-4832, or if you prefer, you can reach me toll free at 1-833-4BABY-HELP. You can also send me an email to medicalinjury@bostonlawllc.com. I answer birth trauma and medical malpractice questions just like yours all the time, and I'll be happy to take some time and listen to your story. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law at Boston Law Group, LLC. And we will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.